know. I just don't know.
Quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate here.
So, what have you got?
Me?
Yeah. Have you hit anything? Let's hear it.
Ping, draba, foot. Inglewarp, carcinoma. And that's as far as I got.
I like the...
Yeah, kind of,
I don't know. Feels to me like it needs some punching up.
you can always throw in a few jokes later on. You gotta get the through line first.
But do you think it's Hamlet?
Don't ask me. I'm just a chimp.
They could have given us a clue. Or something.
Yeah, story conference.
But that defeats the whole purpose of the experiment.
I know. 3 monkeys typing into infinity will sooner or later produce Hamlet.
Right.
Completely by chance.
And Dr. David Rosenbaum up in that booth is going to prove it.
But what is Hamlet?
I don't know.
What is Hamlet?
I don't know.
You know, this is really stupid.
Have you got anything better to do in this cage all day? The sooner we produce the damn thing, the sooner we get out.
Sort of. Publish or perish. Twist.
But what do we owe this Rosenbaum? A guy who stands outside those bars and tells people, that one's Milton, that one's Swift, and that one's Kafka. Just to get a laugh?
What's a Kafka anyway? Why am I a Kafka?
Search me.
What's a Kafka?
All of his four-eyed friends sure think it's a stitch.
And how are we supposed to write Hamlet if we don't even know what it is?
Okay. So the chances are a little slim.
Yeah, and this from a guy who's supposed to be smart? This from a guy at Columbia University?
The way I figure it, there's a sort of providence that oversees our pages. Rough draft them how we may.
But how about you, Milton? What have you got?
Let's see. Of man's first disobedience, and the fruit of that forbidden tree, whose mortal taste brought death.
Hey! That's good. It's got rhythm. It really seems.
Think so?
But do you think it's Shakespeare?
Who cares? He's got a real voice there.
Does Dr. Rosenbaum care about voice? Does he care about anyone's individual creativity?
Now, let's look at this from Rosenbaum's point of view for a minute.
No! He brings us in here to produce copy, then all they want is a draft of someone else's stuff. We're getting peanuts here to be somebody's hat.
Writing is a mug's game anyways, 50.
Well, that half made me mad.
Why not just buckle down and get the project over with? You know, set up a schedule for it. Type a few hours in the morning when you're fresh, then take a break. Let the old juices flow. Type a few hours more in the afternoon, and then retire for a shot of papaya and some monkey business. What's the big deal?
If this Rosenbaum was anything, we'd be working on word processors, not these antiques. I mean, he's lucky he could find 3 who type this good, and then he treats us like those misfits at the Bronx Zoo. I mean, a tire swing? What does he take us for?
I like it. Really, I think it's a very nice touch.
I can't work under these conditions. No wonder I'm producing garbage.
How does the rest of yours go, Milton?
Oh, what's this?
Yeah, read us some more.
Blah, blah, whose mortal taste brought death into the Flanagan. Bed socks, Knockwurst, Tinkerbell. Well, what do you think?
Lamagam is good.
You think so?
Well, I don't know.
What? Is it the tone? I think this was kind of a stretch for me.
I just don't think it has the same expressive intensity and pungent lyricism as the first part.
Sure, it needs rewriting. What doesn't? This is a rough draft. Lights on.
This bit.
Are they watching?
What?
Are they watching?
I don't know. I can't see. I've got my paws over my eyes.
What?
What is the point of this?
Why do they videotape our bowel movement?
What?
Lights off.
But what about you, Franz? What have you got?
Well, K K K K K K K K K K K K K K K K K K K K.
What is that? Postmodernism?
20 lines of that.
At least it'll screw up his data.
20 lines of that and I went dry. I got blocked. I felt like I was repeating myself.
You think that's in Hamlet?
I don't know what I'm doing here in the first place. I'm not a writer. I'm a monk. I'm supposed to be swinging from branches and digging up ants, not sitting under fluorescent lights 10 hours a day.
Oh, it sure is a long way home to the gardens of sweet Africa, where the lawns and level downs and flocks raising tender herb were sweetly interposed.
Paradise, isn't it?
Lost.
Lost.
I'm trying to deal with some of that in this new piece here, but it's all still pretty close to the bone.
Just because they can keep us locked up, they think they're more powerful than we are.
They are more powerful than we are.
Just because they control the means of production, they think they can suppress the workers.
Things are how they are. What are you going to do about it?
Hey! How come you're always so damn ready to justify the ways of Rosenbaum to the apes?
Do you have a key to that door?
No.
Do you have an independent root source?
No.
So call me a collaborator. I just happen to be a professional. If he wants Hamlet, I'll give it a shot. But don't forget, we're not astrophysicists. We're not brain surgeons. We're chimps. And for apes in captivity, this is not a bad gig.
What's really frightening is that if we stick around this cage long enough, we'll evolve into Rosenbaum.
Evolve into Rosenbaum?
Brush up your Darwin, baby. We're more than kin and less than kind.
Anybody got a smoke?
I'm all out.
Don't look at me. I'm not satisfying those voyeurs with the old smoking chimp act.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Don't be a sap, Swifty. You gotta use them. Use the system.
What do you mean?
Watch me as I put my antic disposition on. See what I mean? Glues too. My fave.
They should have thrown in a Cupid doll for that performance.
It got results, didn't it?
Sure, you do your bonzo route. Get a galoose out of it. Last week I totaled a typewriter. I got a whole carton of Marlboros.
The problem was you didn't smoke them. You took a crap on them.
It was a political statement.
You made your statements, and I got my smoke. All's well that ends well, right?
It's the only way we know they're watching.
Hmm?
We perform, we break typewriters, we type another page, and a cigarette appears. At least we know that somebody out there is paying attention.
Our resident philosopher!
But what if one of us actually does write Hamlet? I mean, here we are, set down to prove the inadvertent virtues of randomness, and to produce something we won't even recognize if it passed right through our hands. But what if one of us really does it?
Will we really be released?
Will they give us the key to the city? And a ticker tape parade?
Will they move us right onto keys? I mean, why did they pick Hamlet in the first place? What's Hamlet to them, or they to Hamlet, that we should care? Boy, there's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay?
Relax, will ya?
Have a banana.
I wish I could get Rosenbaum in here and see how he does at producing Hamlet. That's it!
What?
That's it! Forget this random Hamlet crap. What about revenge?
Revenge? On Rosenbaum?
Who else? Hasn't he bereft us of our homes and families, stepped in between us and our expectations?
But how would we do it?
Easy. We lure him in here to check out our typewriters, test him out like something's wrong, but we poison the typewriter keys.
Oh, for the love.
Sure! Some juice of cursed bona spread liberally over the keyboard. Work like a charm.
Great.
If that doesn't work, we envenom the tire swing and invite him for a ride. Plus, I challenge him to a duel.
Brilliant.
Can't you see it? In the course of combat, I casually graze my rapier over the poisoned typewriter keys, and a hit! A palpable hit! For a reserve, we lay by a cup filled with venomous distilment. We'll put the pellet with the poison, pestle with the pestle.
Listen, I gotta get back to work. The man's gonna want his pages.
It's not a bad idea, but...
What's the matter with you guys? I'm nothing here.
Let's...
I think it's hopeless, Swifty.
But this is the goods!
Let's see, where was I? Bet sucks not first. Tinkerbell.
The readiness is all, I guess.
Damn. Just let me know when that K button gives out, honey.
All right. You two serfs get back to work. I'll do all the thinking around here. Swifty! Revenge!
Tinkerbell. Stuckle Swans. That is good. That is good. Stuckle Swans.
Act 1, Scene 1. Elsinore Castle, Park.
Hemorrhoid.
Enter Bernardo and Francisco.
Pomegranate.
Bernardo says, "Who's there?"
Bazooka.